Let's try this. Welcome back to PSGL. We're going to try this again. Hopefully it is going to be that bit much better. No promises, unfortunately. It seems like it's an issue in my area. So it's not necessarily something that can be fixed with something as simple as a restart. But we are going to try and do it as best as we can, given the circumstances. But welcome back to Qatar, welcome back to Round 7, and welcome back to PCF2. Omi, by the seams of it, we've missed a fair little bit. Catch us up. What have we missed?
Well, until we got to the pit stop phase, not a single overtake. But now this is vital. Riccardo Benzoni is ahead of Angelo D'Ortenzio. He pit one lap before. So Benzoni got the undercut. So he's got one lap hold of tyres now, but he's got track position, but he's allowing his teammate through. Angelo D'Ortenzio gets ahead. So now you've got two Ferraris, net leadership. Halliday, Alves, Conrad Bohm all in behind. Conrad Bohm also went for the same, he went also in the pits the same lap that we saw Benzoni do as well. But Conrad Bohm has a penalty next to his name, so there has been quite a bit that has been going on around his circuit, which is going to be interesting to see how it is all going to play out. But for Conrad Bohm, by the way, it is a 10-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane, so that is why he's got that 10-second, not track limit. It's a 10-second penalty for speeding when he came in to make his pit stop.
Yes, and yeah, it seems like pretty much everyone has come into the pit lane now. And yeah, now Angelo D'Ortenzio continues to lead us out in front. Riccardo Benzoni provisionally in that second place, and Jan Halliday in third. Leo Lund has now left the session, but it could be another P3 for Jan Halliday if things go to plan. But Joe Murphy and Gabriel Contos, it's obviously still yet to come in, so they should be in within the next couple of laps, you would have thought. But Angelo D'Ortenzio and Riccardo Benzoni looking quite content for the moment, but Jan Halliday putting a little bit of pressure on.
Absolutely, that is how this race is currently playing out. It'll be important, it'll be vital for Jan Halliday to get by. He tries a lunge to the inside. Now this is vital in the context of whether Jan Halliday has a chance to win today, because Ferraris have the advantage. Halliday had a look to the inside at turn number 3, couldn't do anything with it, and Jan Halliday, if he can try and get past Benzoni and do so in a quick way, it could be vital. We got very close to seeing some side by side, but it's back to single file. It is back to the Ferraris in formation, and now Halliday will have to come up with some more tricks if he is to try defeat the Ferraris.
Indeed, yeah, Jan Halliday obviously had a few podiums in a row now, so he is looking quite strong at the moment, and yeah, hoping for more of the same tonight as Gabriel Contos into the pit lane. Joe Murphy continuing on, but definitely Jan Halliday very close to the back of Riccardo Benzoni, trying to get this overtake done and dusted so he can try and chase after Angelo D'Ortenzio and get back into that fight for the race win. He's most certainly not out of the frame for the time being, though. He has got a lap fresher tyres than Riccardo Benzoni, which doesn't sound like much, but that's a few percent, and that can just mean that you're just bad enough quicker to make that move when it matters most. So it's all to play for Jan Halliday in this race. Angelo D'Ortenzio leading from Riccardo Benzoni, Nelson Alves and Conrad Bohm there in what will be fifth once Joe Murphy has pit. Luca Rapassa, Larry Tolke, Sergio Sabrino, Liam Stevens and Simon Makomsky will round out your top 10 again once Joe Murphy comes into that all-important pit lane. But just about to cross that half distance in this race, and well, Angelo D'Ortenzio not really been too pressured thus far. His teammate, on the other hand, maybe feeling a little bit of fire from behind.
Is the case at the moment. Very important phase of the race, it looked like it was going to be between Halliday and Angelo Di Ortenti when it came to the win. Brilliant as...
The Wi-Fi has gone again. Welcome back, part 3 to Qatar. I have no idea what is going on. I can only apologise for the McDonald's Wi-Fi that is going on this evening. I promise I've paid my Wi-Fi bill. I really cannot understand what is going on this evening, but we're going to push on and try. Right. Let's see how we go. We are having all manner of difficulties. There's not much I can do about it, but we are going to try our best. Gabor Kontos has retired. He's called it quits, just as I'm about to in a moment. So, yeah, it is not an ideal in the office for Gabor Kontos. It's not an ideal in the office for the commentary box. And we've been given a do not resuscitate order if the stream dies again. Angelo D'Ortenzio, though, continuing to lead the way out in front now, with Jan Halliday feeling a bit of pressure from Nelson Alves behind. He was putting on a bit of pressure to Riccardo Benzoni, but it's not really fruitioned to much. A few half-hearted attempts at an overtake, sure, but nothing really too concrete from Jan Halliday at the moment. But Riccardo Benzoni hovering a little towards the outside of that 1 second window.
Yep, that is exactly the case at the moment as we continue to make our way through. Nothing going on the circuit as of yet in terms of overtaking, while we have had those moments as well, as the drivers just break out of the substitute momentarily. Fastest lap of the race goes to Joe Murphy. Halliday still dancing around that 2-3 advantage, but not dancing, and instead trying to dance away outside McLaren. So we need to try and get past to make the on-track passes, Rapasa, to try and help himself move further up the road.
Indeed, yeah, really important moves and setting up moves going on at the moment. Luca Rapasa quite close to the back of Comrade Bohm, Jan Halliday as well, trying to put that pressure on to Riccardo Benzoni, but Nelson Alves trying to do the same to him. So it's all a bit up in the air at the moment, as everyone seems to be kind of having a little bit of the same struggle, where making that move is so difficult. You're having to make a real lunge to try and make much of anything.
Absolutely, that's what the drivers at the moment as well. As he tries the able and himself today through this configuration of circuit way ahead. Alves is waiting behind, who's himself onto a podium spot as well. There's Nelson Alves, if he can do so, it will be his first podium of the season.
Yes, indeed, important possible podiums in this one. For everyone is looking to try and get an important podium. And yeah, going to be an interesting one to see quite what happens between now and the checkered flag, providing the stream holds on that long. But yeah, everything quite quiet for the moment.
Just for the season, probably would definitely get the pick, because at the moment it hasn't been a classic. Who knows what could happen in the final stages? That's what happened in Budapest, where it came alive near the end, where it was basically PCF2 like we know it. Right now at the moment though, it's just Halliday experimenting with racing lines, experimenting with the way that he tries to see if there's anything he can do. Is there any sniff of an opportunity he can give himself? Second time penalty, unfortunately, to his name. Liam Stevens, meanwhile, one of our old championship, trying to get through on Sergio Sabrino. One with and finding themselves with not a lot of grip when they get tugged behind. Not a lot of, not enough to make an overtake. So it's right now the field just trying to get through to the end, trying to basically force an error, trying to remain close to your rival, see if you can make a mistake from your rival and then carry on.
Yeah, I think Jan Holiday's really trying to put on the pressure he can to try and get something better than a P3 this evening, but I think everyone's really trying to light a bit of a flame under each other because they all want to make a move. They all want to make up a place in this race if they can, because they all want those more points. But Luca Rapassa could be about to make a move here for 5th place as he's really up the back of Comrade Bohm, slings it to the inside, looks down the inside, well, nearly makes that move down the inside. That turns to the outside for the next sequence of corners. He can't hold it around the outside, so he'll have to slot back into that 6th place for the time being. So it's all the same for now for Luca Rapassa, but very nearly move made, done and dusted.
Nearly indeed, but not enough, not enough. Bohm placing the car exactly where he needs to. And this is what we were mentioning at the start of the day. Qualifying was going to be so important. And when it comes to the race, well, you would see possibly some side-by-side, but all of them would be very close to contact because these drivers know that every opportunity they are next to a car, they've got to take it, and it well could be their last as well. And we currently are finding ourselves with Rapassa on his way to a 6th, on his way back to points as well after his retirement, after the disappointment and dejection of Budapest, over to Qatar, where he has found himself with a race that he won't want to remember completely, but still will have some shining moments, considering he has been one of those drivers who has been able to produce some sort of battles from our race today, which not every driver would be able to say by the end of this 29-lap race. We're on lap number 24 at the moment.
Indeed, yeah, lap 24, only got 5 laps to go of this one, and a difficult race for many of these drivers, and for us in the commentary box as well. I think it's been a real trial by fire thus far, and well, we are getting into that point where things are heating up as well for these drivers. The moves will become maybe that little bit more desperate, that little bit more last-ditch effort, because now there are limited opportunities for these drivers to make up those all-important places and try to better themselves in the grand scheme of things. Fortunately, it looks like finally the Wi-Fi is a little bit more stable, so we should hopefully be all fine until the checker flag. We've been good for a couple of laps now, so I'm hoping long may that continue as Seaman Lekomsky, gets a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. So it's a difficult one for Seaman Lekomsky, and that will mean he will be outside of that top 10 when he crosses the line and all is said and done. But who knows what could happen in the steward's room. It is still always up in the air even after the checker flag falls, but for those who haven't got penalties, it is just a straight blast now to the checker flag to try and get everything done and dusted here.
Murphy, Lekomsky making a bit of contact as they switch positions, and Murphy moves up to 10th place. So he has navigated his way up. Lekomsky has a penalty anyway. He's all over the place, and I'm Cameron Dow to be the next one to attack. That was, I think, exactly what we were mentioning. Some of those attempts where you just know you have to send it. You know you just have to try and get on with this and see what comes from it as well. Dowd's looking to try and see whether there's a chance that he can make the on-track pass. All of the drivers around him, though, with a penalty. He can try to pull away from Lekomsky. At the moment, it is a of a second. The Ferraris, of course, Vicentio, the championship leader, season, and I have a major moment in this champion. Could be the moment for the Ferrari man where he starts to try and take control of this championship battle. But Liam Stevens, well, he's finding himself currently at the moment with P9. Leo Lund is as well, so not scoring from this race, so the nearest contender would be P4 man Jan Halliday, who's already 25 points adrift.
Indeed, yeah, but Jan Halliday, you know, he is having a strong race here this evening. He has been doing very well as expected, as per usual for Jan Halliday. He's been continually up there, getting podiums here and there, and tonight seemingly will be no exception as things stand, as he does sit in probably what is his either favourite or least favourite place to be. P3, I'm sure he'd maybe want a bit more, but I'm sure he won't be scoffing at the idea of being on the podium once more tonight, but the laps are ticking down for him to mount a possible challenge for that top 2 places.
And he will at least 1 second, he'll at least want to try upgrade 3rd place that he has had 3 times in a row, trying to make it 4 by the end of today. Well, the drivers in this tier creating quite the streaks, aren't they, as well. Angelo Di Ortenzio, though, looking to try create a winning streak. He's on his way to get his 2nd victory in a row now and make it his 3rd win of the campaign, of course. The winner in Jeddah, that was our 2nd round of the season. Meanwhile, overtaking continues, battling continues. At the back of the field, Cameron Dowd sending it up the inside of Lukumski, both of them making a bit of contact. Lukumski being sent out wide, and they are very close together, very nearly making contact as we throw it to turn 4, and Dowds gets ahead. Lukumski left, fighting away with the car as he got the chop from the Kicksauer driver. Dowds moves up, Lukumski really starting to struggle, and the next driver behind him will be Florian Fanzelt.
Indeed, yeah. Lukumski is really struggling here, and I'm not quite sure kind of where the paces, you know, dropped off a little bit. He was, you know, seeming a little bit faster than he was. Could it be a result of not having DRS off the back of Joe Murphy and kind of open the door a little bit, maybe possibly for Cameron Dowds to make a move? There's only one way to find out, is they... Well, at least on my screen, swap again the other ways briefly, but Cameron Dowds within a second now of Joe Murphy, so could pull away those behind along with him as we head on to the penultimate lap of action, and Jan Halliday is a lot closer to Riccardo Benzoni than he's been over the last couple of laps through the first few corners. I wonder if this is a possible attack on the cards for Jan Halliday.
It for Leclerc. Effort will be required, and that pointing. Leclerc. Speed majorly knows he has the gap, so he's going to completely calm things down, not push on. He's lost all of the positions that he could in this one, and Angelo Di Ortenzio will be on his way to win. There's Imtiaz directly ahead on the circuit. He is, of course, very nearly soon to be lap car if Di Ortenzio closes in. Try. We've mentioned he's been struggling. That's exactly what he's found off with at the back in the order as we make our way through here on this final lap of the contest. Di Ortenzio, P1, Benzoni's in 2nd, Halliday's 3rd, and then it's Alves, Bohm, and we're about to get them all to the finish line in a few moments' time. Rapassa will not be able to get past Bohm. That has been his aim for so long in today's race. But the day will belong to Ferrari. The day will belong to Angelo Di Ortenzio, who has been the master of qualifying. But now, for the 3rd time in PCF2 Season 40, he will get to the checkered flag first. Angelo Di Ortenzio will convert pole to the win. Di Ortenzio takes the Qatar Grand Prix. Benzoni's in 2nd, a Ferrari 1-2, and it's Jan Halliday who will get P3. Alves is in 4th, and Rapassa gets 5th. Benzoni is going to be happy that he played the game. Ferrari will be happy with that one, and dropping down the order will come at Bow, and he finds it dropping But Angelo Di Ortenzio of this championship.
Yes, Angelo D'Ortenzio, really solid result and a good way to extend the championship lead that he already had going into this one as well. That 6-point advantage is going to grow. Flawless lights to flag victory, really. I know we didn't see a lot of it, at least on the broadcast, but he was absolutely in control. And, well, was never really in doubt, I think, for Angelo D'Ortenzio. His teammate and him were able to work together, keep it nice, keep it calm, keep it clean, and this was the result. 1 and 2, it is a good day for the Scuderia.
Very, very good day. I think they'll have earlier this season had a controlling things, and the Ferrari strategy did not go to as well. Their 1-2 was ruined. Benzoni found himself dropping down. Now, Ferrari, they got Benzoni there to assist him and make sure that it was a Ferrari 1-2 by the time that we completed 29 laps of the Lusail International. Okay, a shame that we but it was unfortunately, it is unfortunately what it is due to the issues that circuit has at turn number 4 as well. So we went over to Qatar and we got a Ferrari 1-2 in the end.
Indeed, Ferrari 1-2, nice and easily done. As already I've said at points, I can only apologise for the McDonald's Wi-Fi that you have experienced over the course of this one. I would show you the race results, however they are just like everything that has gone on today. They are refusing to work with me. They're not loading. Oh, there we finally go. 15 seconds. Angelo D'Ortenzio, Riccardo Benzoni, Jan Halliday, Nelson Alves, Luca Rapassa, Larry, Liam Stevens, Sergio Sabrino, Joe Murphy, Cameron Downs, Florian van Zelter, Conrad Bohm, Race Iminietaz, Simon Lukomski, Gabriel Contos, Gabriel Quintino, and 2 that I didn't quite catch off the bottom. That was your result. Take you over to the cameras. Mine's decided not to load, and I think that just about sums it all up. Yeah, we if there could have been an issue today, there absolutely was an issue today. Why has nothing worked in our favour, Omi?
It's honestly such a rounded out your order. As we time that race as well, and everyone was able to the flag well, and I'm sure that wanted, except of course that retired. But other than that, they'll all be satisfied that they got through that one, a tough one if you weren't the Ferraris, because if you weren't the Ferraris forward, a goal that couldn't happen with how difficult it was to overtake. So I guess we'll just have to wait for next time out, and hopefully we can get some overtaking, of course, at Qatar, wide circuit. Let's hope we can get a bit of dive bombs as well, which on previous games it would have been like, why are drivers dive bombing so much? But on this game it's a bit more like, we love seeing a bit of those risks being taken, considering we don't get to see much of it.
Yeah, exactly. And Qatar, as you say, very wide circuit, so going to lend itself hopefully to a fair few opportunities for moves. So yeah, looking forward to that one. But yeah, definitely going to be an interesting circuit to head to next time out. As you said also, a shame not to head to Bahrain like we were supposed to. But, you know, Qatar is still a good circuit to visit. Just a shame that the overtakes aren't really as easy on this game as on previous titles, because Qatar is known to throw up some surprises when the overtakes are able to be made.
Indeed. Now, of course, we won't be back though. In a week's time, we're of course going to be heading for a break week. Then we'll be back. So I guess, unfortunately, it's not the classic that we would have wanted to leave you for 1 week with, but We'll return in 2 weeks' time at Texas, and hopefully it will be a good contest, and hopefully it will be worth the wait when we get there. But yes, I think the main talking point has to be, of course, brilliance from Ferrari, but also at the same time, if someone is to be Angelo Diotenzi the crown this season, they've got to start getting on with it from Texas onwards.
Yes, indeed. Definitely a lot of a mountain to climb for anyone who wants to stop Angelo D'Ortenzio, and the options who can do that is getting very, very limited. But yes, I think it's best that we bid farewell to this absolute lag fest that has been the stream this evening. It has not been smooth at all. And as I've already apologised for, it's something I'm going to go and absolutely complain about to my internet service provider, because not a smooth ride at all this evening. But fortunately, it will be a smooth ride next time out. When we head to the Circuit of the Americas, and we head and go to round number 8 and really get in towards the latter stages of this championship. But I think that's all we got time for, Amy.
Yeah, that is all we've got time for as well. Quite the incredible race here at Lusail International. Won't be one that you remember forever, but we got a result in the end. We got another interesting and critical round of the championship, so I guess that's all we can ask for heading into a break.
Indeed, absolutely. Well, couldn't have summed it up better myself, and I'm sure if I did sum it up better myself, it would have been a bleh, 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 because the Wi-Fi just wouldn't have worked with me. So absolutely stellar from you to sum that one up just about as nicely as I ever could. But we have a break week, so we will not be back this time next week, but catch us 14 days from now at 8 p.m. when we head to Circuit of the Americas and head for round number 8 of this championship. Can Angelo D'Ortenzio be dethroned? He's got 6 poles in a row, a second win on the bounce, and his third in the season. He's looking like a dominant force to be reckoned with. Can someone reckon with him and take a late championship charge? Well, we'll find out in 2 weeks' time. But until then, when PSGL PC F2 returns, stay safe, and we will see you next time. Until then, though, bye-bye.